Hello and welcome back to Math with Mr. Strands. We're going to be going over Matthew C, Pre-Algebra, lesson 15a, talking about surface area. Okay, so find the surface area of the rectangular solid or cube. The first one has been done for you. All right, so let's look at number 2. Okay, so to find surface area, we need to find the area of each of the surfaces, hence the name surface area, right? So let's just start on the right side. Length times width, right? So this 4 times 4, we know that this side is going to be 16. Okay, there's a side on the other side also that is the same measurement. So you know that's going to have to be 16. So I'm going to write each of my measurements over here. We know we got 16 on this is the right side. Okay, we know we have another 16 then that has to be on the left side. Okay, let's look at the front side right here. This is 4. Okay, we know that this has to be 4. So this front face also has to be 16, which means the back also has to be 16. Okay. Last, we have the ceiling and the floor, right? All these measurements have to be the same. Okay. So on the ceiling, you're going to have 16 on the top. And then on the bottom, you're going to have 16. So the surface area is you're adding up all of these 16s, or in other words, you're taking 16 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we take 16 times 6, that'll give us the answer. 6 times 6 is 36. That's going to be 96 square feet. Okay, for number 2, 96 square feet. All right, let's go on to number 3. Okay, we got the skinnier box now. Let's do well, let's just look around the box and try to fill in the missing measurements first. So we got 10 feet here, we got 15 on the right side, we got 6, right, vertical. So that means this vertical has to be 6, which means this vertical has to be 6. Okay, a 10 is going to have to be on the bottom. Draw an arrow down there, okay? Which means 10 is also going to have to be up top here. 15 is the length over there, so you know that there's going to be a 15 on the bottom down there. This is going to be a 15, and this is going to be a 15. So we have all of our numbers now. So now we can go ahead and figure out what the surface area is going to be. So if we take the front of the box first, our length is going to be 6 times 10, which we know is 60. Okay, that also means the back is also going to have to be 60. Okay, if we do the side, we got 6 is the vertical times 15, right? So 15 times 6 is going to be 90. So the side is going to be 90, the right side, which means the left side also has to be 90. Okay, now the only 2 that we're missing is the top and bottom. So if we do the top, we got a length of 10. I'm sorry, we got a length of 15 and a width of 10. So 10 times 15, right, is 150 on the top and 150 then on the bottom. So now we can add up all of our numbers and get the total surface area. Okay, so we have 60 and 60 is 120. Okay, 120 and 90 is 210. 210 and 90 is 300. 300 and 150 is 450, right? And then 450 plus 150 is going to be 600. So 600 square feet total for number 3. All right, number 4. Looks like we have a cereal box that tipped over, right? So go ahead and let's figure out the rest of the measurements. So we know that this height has to be 10. This height has to be 10. This length has to be 5. This long length up here has to be 16. We got another 5 over here. We got a 16 right here. Okay, I'm going to do the front again first. So the front is going to be 5 by 10, which is 50, which means the back has to be the same. Okay. If we do the side, this big open side on the right, we got 10 times 16. So my right side, 10 times 16 is 160, which means my left side will also have to be 160. And then the last two that we have to do is the top and the bottom. So the top is going to be 16 times 5. Okay, so off to the side, I'm going to do 16 times 5, which is 80. So on the top, we have 80. And then that means on the bottom, we have 80. Okay, we can add up all these and see what we get. Okay, so 50 and 50 is 100. 100 and 160 is 260. Okay, 260 and 160. I want to make sure I do this right. 260 and 160 is 420. 420 and 80 is going to be 500. 580 is going to be 580 square feet. Okay, 580 square feet. All right, moving on to the next page. Now we're talking about triangles or pyramids, right? Okay, number 5 has been done for us. All right, so looking at number 6, remember that the equation for a triangle, I'm going to write that over here. Oops. The equation for a triangle, right, is base times height divided by 2, or base times height times a half. Okay, so looking at number 6, it tells us that our height is 8 and our base is 6. Okay, on this pyramid, all of these faces are going to be the same. So really, you just have to find the face of 1 and multiply it by 4. Okay, then there's one last step that I'll show you after you do that. So first, let's find the faces. So we have 6 times 8, which is 48. 48 divided by 2, right, is 24. Okay, so I'm actually going to write out that equation so I can show you. So we got 6 times 8 divided by 2. Okay, 48 divided by 2 is 24. All right, so we know that each of these faces is 24. You got 24 there, 24 there, 24 on that side, 24 on that side. Okay, so if we do 24 times 4, it's going to give us all the faces. 4 times 4 is 16. That's 8, so 96. Okay, so we know all the faces is 96. So I'm just going to put a little 96 over here to remember that. Okay, there's one last thing we have to do. If you took this pyramid and you turned it upside down so the point is facing down, right, you need to measure the bottom of the pyramid, the base of it. And that is going to be in the shape of a square, right? So for that, you're just going to do base times height. So 6 times 6, which is 36. Now you add these together. 6 and 6 is 12. That's 12, 13. 132 square feet for number 6. Square inches, sorry, not feet. All right. Okay, let's move on to number 7. What is the area of the rooftop of the house? Oops, let me get there. Hang on. Whoa, don't go. We're not there yet. Okay, so they're just asking for the rooftop. All right, so they're asking for this side and then the other side, which would be, if you picture looking at the other side, it's going to be the other side, right? So the rooftop of the house, we have a height of 20 or a base of 20 and a height of 30. Okay, so 30 times 20 is going to be 600, right? So 30 times 20 would be 600. So you know that this side has to be 600, and then the other side is going to have to be 600. So the whole roof is 1,200 feet squared. Okay. Number 8 is going to connect to this problem. So it says a square of shingling material is 10 by 10 or 100 square feet. Using your answer from number 7, tell how many squares of asphalt shingles are needed to cover the roof. Okay, so the whole roof is 1,200 square feet. Okay, and each shingle only covers 100 square feet. So we need to take 1,200 divided by 100. Okay, and then we know that our answer will be 12 shingles. So they will need 12 shingles or 12 squares. All right, that is it for lesson 15A on surface area. Thank you for watching.